back with an Outriders video. Destiny is winding down after the finale, and I've been playing a good amount of Outriders. I wrote an article the other day about how I'm pretty addicted to it at this point, but I am starting to run into a couple different walls as I move very slowly through the Apocalypse tiers here. You start, if you kind of got into the end game last time, you start at like Apocalypse 15, it goes to 40. I am currently at 23, and you're not always making progress because if you are trying to play with other people and joining games in progress, you will constantly be put in all manner. I've been put in games from 17 to 25, and it only if you're playing in games above your tier will you actually make progress. So if you really want to make dedicated progress, you kind of have to play solo, but then that creates a lot more risk when you die and you're unable to get revived by your teammates. I wanted to showcase kind of the main build I'm using on PC here, which is my Pyromancer, which is actually my oldest character, even though I kind of did end up maining console with all four classes when all is said and done. I also have a Trickster on PC, but I have not figured out what the Trickster builds are for now. I wanted to kind of walk through this build and then demonstrate it a little bit. We are far, far from a perfected build at this point, but this is just kind of one of the sets that I have been pursuing on my own because I think they have done a great job creating incentives to go for these new sets to try them out. So this is the Heat Seeker set, and the main point of this one is after a successful detonation, thermal bomb travels to the target with the lowest health and a 25-meter radius. Thermal bomb applied this way deals 50% less damage and can chain up to 3 times. So this is kind of like the ultimate mob clearing build. The thermal bomb itself is a mob clearing skill, but as is because it's an AoE explosion. But this has a bunch of kind of chain reaction effects to spread to a whole bunch of enemies and just kind of clear entire rooms relatively easily. This is the change from the laser beam anomaly build I was doing before. And I would argue that this is more fun, although I am starting to run into trouble with single target damage, because if you are playing the Trials of Tarja Gratar, there are a bunch of just bosses where it's not a room full of enemies, it's one giant boss with a lot of health, so you kind of have to think of alternate ways of dealing with that. So I will go through this just in terms of what I'm using. This is far from a perfected build. As you can see, I have a good amount of Apocalypse gear stacking up in some categories, not so much in others. I'll talk about that in a second. So I have the 3 pieces that are the ones that give Anomaly power. I have this helmet here, so it comes with thermal reaction, so your next successful shot after using the skill deals 286,000 damage in a 1.5 meter radius. Killing an enemy with a skill grants a 30% Anomaly power bonus for 3 seconds. So this is just a kind of, it's another on-hit skill that can join your other on-hit skills, because most of your guns will be firing things that do X amount of, burst damage on crit or something like that. So I think that's a pretty good skill that it also pairs well with another one that's further down here, but that's one of the new ones that's part of this set. This is, it also is joined by Phoenix Force, where you get an anomaly power per status consumed by the skill. It can stack up to 8 times. So in my current level, that could be, 100,000 anomaly power. No, wait, 130,000. I thought it was stacked 8 times. Stacks 10 times, 137,000 anomaly power for 8 seconds. If I do a bunch of burning enemies, which in rooms full of enemies, yeah, that'll happen pretty often. I don't know if that's the best skill for that slot, but if I was changing one, it would probably be that one. I also really like this helmet because it comes... So the Apocalypse perk, the 3rd perk here, you cannot change. It rolls with it, and it is set. You can only change the first 2 perks, so getting a good 3rd Apocalypse perk is very, very necessary. This one is why I've maxed this helmet as much as I can, why I've leveled it as much as I can, because it is Blazing Aegis, where killing enemies with burn increases your armor by 42,000 for 8 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Very good, considering pretty much every enemy I'm killing is going to be afflicted with burn, and I am pretty squishy with this build. As you can see, my total armor is only 91,000, so this is going to let me get 150% more armor with those stacks. On my chestplate here, this is not all the way upgraded yet because I'm still deciding if this is the one I really want to invest in. So this comes with Fire Trap, and that using Thermal Bomb on a marked or afflicted burn target creates an explosion dealing 355,000 damage in a 4 meter radius. So this is a good way to get on hit damage from Thermal Bomb when previously Thermal Bomb is mostly a skill where the damage comes in the explosion afterward. And then I put on the skill from I don't even know what that set is. I can't remember the other set. It's one of the old sets where one of the tier 3 perks there was enemies afflicted by the skill receive 30% more damage. And then you can do that twice for 60% more damage. I believe it used to be 40% for a total of 80%, and then they nerfed it. This one does have a tier 3 perk on it for Heat Wave, and this is one of the main reasons I'm using Heat Wave as my third skill, even though I may not prefer that. The wave leaves behind an Anomaly aura for 10 seconds, increasing weapon damage by 40%. Bonus does not stack. So this just lays down a strip of glowing stuff on the ground, fire, I guess, where it increases your weapon damage. This is not a weapon damage build, so this isn't like the most useful thing, but it is a tier 3 perk, and I don't think I have any other Heatseeker chest plates that are even Apocalypse tier, so this is what I'm using. The leg plates. So heat grenade. Consuming statuses loads your weapon with an anomaly projectile that we launch in your next shot. Projectile explodes in a 4-meter radius, dealing 105,000 damage, increased by 5% with each status consumed. So this pairs with the anomaly one. This is another on-shot thing to join the other ones. And then at baseline, you get another proc of thermal bomb for fire frenzy. So you can get another thermal bomb before cooldown. The problem with these legs and why I've left them at level 52 is because I want a better set of Heatseeker legs. These are not Heatseeker, I reskin them to look like it. So I do have a tier 3 perk, but it's Feed the Flames. So I don't know, maybe I should change Heat Wave to Feed the Flames. I think I have another Heat Wave perk in here though, which is why I haven't changed it yet. But I need a more relevant perk there to really kind of invest in these. And I mean, I'll keep them, but I'm a little unsure if this is like what I should be doing. And as you can see, the difference in like, this is literally, so if level 58, max out anomaly power is 30, and then this is 14. So like I am kind of handicapping myself a little bit by not more investing in this stuff. So I really need a better version of these. So moving on to Gauntlets of the Cannonball, I'm making some concessions here because this is a firepower thing instead of health or anomaly power, which would be more relevant. However, I really liked the Apocalypse perk on here, which is Bullet Kindling, deal 12% more damage to enemies affected by burn, which obviously is great for this build. I put Power Simulation on this for more anomaly power with elites present. There are oftentimes anywhere from 2 to 5 elites present in a given map, so this is very helpful. And then these always come with Captain Hunter, so damage against elites increased by 16%. Don't know if overall this is the best thing considering the firepower, considering what else I could do. I think there may be some other ones in here that could be a little better, but I've kind of been experimenting around a little bit. So like I don't have Hand to the Reforge increase thermal bomb by 235%. That is bullet kindling that I put on it, and then fresh mag. So I was using these for a little while. I'm kind of just experimenting, and so okay. As you can see, I have a good amount of Apocalypse gear in all these categories except boots. I literally have two boots. I don't know, like I know that on the map certain things will tell you what you will get from running these, but like, so this is the boots one, but I really have not gotten boots in any meaningful capacity. I don't know why. I can't understand it. So I'm kind of stuck using the boots that I have. These are Scorcella's boots, and this is a tier 3 Heatwave perk, so I have 2 tier 3 Heatwave perk, which is why I'm using it. After the skill ends, the wave returns, dealing 115% or 115,000 damage and inflicting burn to enemies. So that's something. And then I put the tier 3 Thermal Bomb perk that can affect 2 targets on it. So again, there's another Feed the Flames thing on here. I could use Feed the Flames. I just don't know if I want to. And then these boots are not good enough because it's got a phaser thing and circle of power. I don't care about that stuff. So that is my armor. Weapons, I am still struggling a little bit on. I finally got something with Mage's Rage on it, which is the like really must-have new Anomaly Power perk where crit shots give you a 10% Anomaly Power bonus. So just get 4 headshots and you will have 15-second 40% anomaly power bonus, kind of very much necessary. Deathscape is okay. This is definitely more for like a toxic Technomancer builds, but I like the tier 3 weakness trap on it and tier 3 stigmatize, which actually does pair well with thermal bomb and exploding enemies. and then things chaining, so that's actually kind of good. I have an Absolute Zero, which has Violent Rupture is a really, really good perk. Creates a giant volcano explosion just on shot, not even on crit, not on kill, on shot. Plus I put Shadow Comet on it, plus it freezes enemies in place, so that's a good gun that I have been enjoying. This is a good Pyromancer gun, this Shurog's Excrescence, I don't know. So every shot does burn, put Fortress on it for more resistance and damage, and then this one had Anomaly mutation, which I thought was interesting for putting multiple statuses on things. So I have an old Inferno Seed that was okay. I haven't gotten any like truly like wild new guns yet. This one was pretty good, Dimensional Rockets with Tier 3 Ash and Claymore Torrent I put on it. So there's been some interesting ones, but nothing kind of that's really blown me away. Pistols just don't really matter unless you're going for a pistol specific build. There are pistol specific builds now. They have a whole gear set that is just about pistols. I think I have one of these. Nope, that's long range weapon. Long range. These? Yeah, okay. Spending 50% of ammo in your sidearm magazine as crit shots. You can perform a special attack through your melee skill. Scales with firepower. Yeah, so there's like a whole sidearm build now. I really am curious to try this set, this neutral set, which is the Martyr set, where all damage received becomes a damage over time effect, which is pretty interesting. So I'm very curious to see how that would work in practice and what kind of build you can make with that. What else do we need to know? So these are just 3. Heat Wave, I talked about that. Overheat, and then Thermal Bomb. For class, I have gone all the way down the Anomaly tree here. I had to put Phoenix on. I'm really squishy in this tree. I really wish I could go down this tree. I might try doing it, but I'm going to lose a lot of damage if I do that, because this is all about explosive skills, which are 2 of my skills, and this is about ignite skills, which is only 1 of my skills, Heat Wave. And then you have to go firepower if you want feed the flame stuff. So this is what I came up with here, and well, I've been experimenting, so it's okay so far. I'm needing to refine it, and I would like a little more survivability than I have. The PAX tree, I have gone down this route, so explosive skills increased by 100% of your resistance piercing, and probably need to get that higher. This cooldown thing is just extremely good on all builds, and it's a node that you will always get here. And it pretty much brings all of your cooldowns back almost instantly once you activate all 3 skills. Anomaly power is increased for every skill on cooldown, and then activating explosive skill increases the damage of the next explosive skill by 25%, and so that is on 2 of my skills that works, so that is what I've done there. Ascension, I've gone for cooldown reduction. This might be a little redundant given, like, I don't know if I need the 5% cooldown reduction when I have that other skill that just instantly resets things, so I might change that. Anomaly power bonus, skill leech, and then I'm starting resistance piercing. I should probably do anomaly damage. I might swap that out for cooldown. And that is the builds. It's definitely good as a team because you can mob clear if you have like a devastator or something that can do big single target damage. I will play some footage here just kind of at the end of the video showing how I kind of use this and how it works in practice. I might try and find some boots in that section of the map over there. But Lord knows, I don't know why I've only got 2 boots after all this time, but we'll see. So that's my build. It is not perfect. I'm working on it. I have my Devastator on console, and I might do my Trickster on PC here and see if there's any... I've seen very few Tricksters in Endgame so far. It's mostly Devastators and Technomancers, so those seem to be the dominant classes right now. But anyway, yeah, just watch the footage, and thanks for watching if you watched this far.